So, in order to be the hottest new version of yourself, you have to leave your old version behind. Now, sometimes people don't like the idea of changing as if like they need to stay the same for their whole lives. But think about it, you were born a bit as a baby and now I'm an adult. Like things change and that's okay. Evolution is the only constant, change is the only constant. So be willing to sacrifice your old self, whether it's the way you dressed, talked, looked, what you did, who you hung out with. Sacrifice all of it and be hot because you can be hot. If you weren't hot before, you can be hot now. You have to sacrifice your old self. That's first and foremost. And not in a way where it's like that old self was disgusting. You look on your old self lovingly and be like, you took me this far and I appreciate you for that. But it's time for the emergence of something new, a hot girl. Yeah? Hot girls evolve. We don't stay the same. Okay? So be ready to evolve. Are you ready? Let's start with the first tip, dopamine dressing. A psychic came up to me last week and told me that I needed to stop wearing black, especially on Saturdays. Now, to anyone else, that would be like, oh, who gives a fuck? Like, who is he? But it's something I'd been thinking about since the start of the year. Every time I wore black clothing, I just felt reductive, I felt boring, unimaginative. I didn't feel like myself. I was even thinking about it that day that he came up to me. So for someone to come up to me and tell me you need to stop wearing black clothes because it's blocking your power, you know I'm an extremist. So I said I'm removing everything black from my wardrobe, and I did. And I said, because black is usually a color where everything goes together, I said my new version of that is now brown. So yeah, I've removed black from my wardrobe. You don't have to do it as extreme as me, but honestly, add some color to your wardrobe. You are not sleek and high fashion wearing black. We want to be noticed. We want to see you in different colors and textures. Please do it and see how it changes your mood and your life eventually. Next piece of advice is wear feminine fits. Now, feminine energy is a big thing on social media, but I think rightly so. You know, I do get a bit annoyed of it sometimes in the dating terms, but in terms of dressing, you need to ask yourself why you are so afraid to wear skirts and dresses and things that are more traditionally feminine, and how we always opt towards trousers and things are dark and reductive. So it can increase your feminine energy and just the way you feel. Like, if you don't think you can wear silks and skirts in your day-to-day life, you need to ask yourself why. And just try it out, because it honestly changes the way you perceive yourself and others perceive you, and that's important for social mobility and just everything in life. How we are perceived is more important on the surface, because that's what people see first. Obviously, your content of your character is important, but the first thing I see is the way that you look. And if you look a certain way, then you're treated a certain way. So why don't we just play that to our strengths instead of seeing it as something really problematic, you know? Well, that's what I'll be doing anyway, because I'm ready. Another thing we need to get into is the small details and the art of subtleties. Have your nails done. Look at my nails. Okay, they're about a week and a half old. Look at my toenails. Yeah? Do you see? It's those small things. My necklace, you know? It's femme and it's nice, and it shows that you take care of yourself, not just beyond putting on a top and bottoms. It's like, I actually want to beautify myself. As a woman, that's what we should be doing. And you can do it in whatever way that suits you. All these things, you apply it to yourself. You don't have to do it in a way that suits others, but do it. It makes a difference. Even the earrings brightens up the face. The glasses adds visual intrigue. Now you guys want to look at me. Look at me. I've got pink and blue. You want to look at me? Phone upside down. Next thing is walking around with your AirPods out. Stop. Do you know what? I have a challenge for everyone. Stop wearing your AirPods for the entire summer. Listen to people's conversations. Look at people. Make eye contact. Have common camaraderie. Give compliments. People watch. Get involved with the world around you. That's really hot. People who are closed off to themselves, nobody wants to talk to someone like that. You look like a bank robber or something, or an unsavory charlatan. Like, we don't want to talk to you. So open up your ears. Take the AirPods out. You've heard the songs a million times. You know all the words. Interact with the world around you. That's sexy. Last but not least is about body positivity. This may be controversial, probably not, but I think it's key to look at the way your body looks and wear things that suit it. Not every single trend is going to suit every single person, and that's fine. You don't need to follow trends. You need to do things that suit you. So, for example, I don't feel comfortable in really, really micro mini short skirts anymore because I have a bum, you know? And even though it's a trend and it looks good, if I'm hiking down my skirt every 2 seconds when I'm out and I'm not comfortable, that's not hot. You can be hot in your own way. I'm wearing a maxi skirt and I still look good. Um, yeah, I like things that complement my shoulders and things that accentuate, my waist and stuff. So just basically get to grips with what looks good on you and work towards it instead of just trying to copy and paste what everyone else is wearing on their body because it's not necessarily going to look good on you. Okay, this is the last message that I'll leave you with. Aesthetics are important. The way that anything looks, from a person to a house or a holiday, is what attracts someone in. So if you look good, you're going to get more things. And instead of talking about pretty privilege and how unfair it is that some people get things because of the way they look, why don't you accentuate your features so you can get some shit? I'm not in the business of complaining. I just want a good life. So if that means I've got to wear some silky skirts, accentuate my femininity, and smile a bit more, take my AirPods out, I'm going to do it. I'm not here to complain at all. Yeah, it depends what you want from the world. The world's going to interact with you the way that you interact with it. So if you're closed off and you don't look good, you're not going to get good things, guys. Another thing with these tips, try it for 30 days. Do not report back to me if you've done it for one day and nobody complimented you. Fashion is forever, remember that. Also, another thing, don't be ashamed to put effort. Just because it's just a cinema date or you're going to the corner shop, you should be looking good. You should just have a baseline level where you look good. Don't feel ashamed for putting in effort. People are almost ashamed to look nice. Be the one who does the most. You guys are just doing the least. And watch how your life change. I feel the changes just from putting in effort. It makes you feel good. And it also inspires others to do the same. It would be so much nicer if everyone in the world was better looking and actually wore clothes that suited them. And were daring with colour. That's what I think. So be the change. And on that note, goodbye.